Hazır kafana vur kafana.
The fire's gone cold, the glass is dry. The stars look down but don't reply. Once I walk proud through smoke and sin, now I stand alone with no one in. The cold still smells of nights long gone, a whiskey war and faded songs. Every scar I earned I wore with pride, now they're just ghosts I try to hide. Every man falls when the lights grow dim, but the dark remembers all of him. Ashes of a gentleman scattered in the rain. Every victory carved from pain. No crown, no throne, no one to blame. Just smoke and the echo of my name. Ashes of a gentleman carried by the wind. The story ends where it begins. Raise your glass, my time has come. Play one last song, then I'm done. I built my own prayer on broken ground, where silence ruled and blood was crowned. Every friend I buried deep still guards the secrets I couldn't keep. My reflection fades, my hands grow still, but my soul keeps burning, it always will. For men like me, the end's the same. We light the dark, then fade to flame. If peace exists, it won't be mine. I was forged in smoke and turpentine. Ashes of a gentleman scattered in the rain. Every victory carved from pain. No crown, no throne, no one to blame. Just smoke and the echo of my name. Ashes of a gentleman carried by the wind. The story ends where it begins. Raise your glass, my time has come. Play one last song, then I'm done. No angels sing, no bells will cry, just the sound of boots as I pass by. Leave the light, keep the flame. For men like me, it's all the same. Ashes of a gentleman, my story fades. Written in smoke and razor blades. If you find my soul one day, tell the world I walk my way. The whiskey's gone, the war is done, but the shadow runs on pale. He came from the dust with a match and a name, a whisper in the dark, born without shame. The streets raised him cold and wide, where every friend's a ghost, every truth's a lie. Boots heavy with the weight of sin, each step a prayer will never begin. The neon buzz is like a dying flame, and every stranger knows his name. His coat smells like whiskey and rain. His hands built from loss and pain. He don't speak much, he just lights a smoke and breathes in the silence of hearts he broke. The city hums low and cruel. The devil teaches, but he's no fool. 1,000 deals, 1,000 scars, each one a map beneath the stars. He's seen angels crawl for one more breath. He's laughed at love and danced with death. The piano moans in a corner dim, and every note sounds just like him. The world forgot it, soft apart, so he keeps his soul in a mason jar. A spark in his eye, a tear in disguise. You never know, heaven died inside. He's a man who walked with shadows, a ghost in a tailored suit. He prays in bars, not chapels, and sings when he's destitute. He's a man who walked with shadows in smoke and rain and pain. Every dream he had turned hollow, but he walks again. He once loved a woman who burned like the sun, but even light fades when the night's begun. She left a scar where his heart once beat. Now he talks to the moon from an empty seat. The streets remember, the walls still breathe, the echo of a name beneath his teeth. He's traded hope for a glass of fire. Every sip takes him a little higher. He hums a tune only ghosts can hear, a song of love, regret and fear. The bartender nods, he's seen it before. Men like him broken to the core. And if you ask him what he's chasing, he'll say just time and he's wasting. Every sunrise feels like sin. Every night he's born again. No redemption, no applause, just a man and his crooked laws. And when the thunder starts to roll, he tips his hat and sells his soul. He's a man who walked with shadows, the king of smoke and steel. No crown, no throne, no kingdom, but every wound is real. He's a man who walked with shadows, a preacher without a prayer. If the devil's got a table, he's already sitting there. So raise your glass for the ones who roam, for men who turn the dark to home, for every sinner too proud to fall, for every echo that still stands tall. He'll fade one day without goodbye, just a flicker of smoke against the sky. And if you listen when the bar lights die, you'll hear him whisper, shadows never lie. Shadows never lie. I've been walking this road where the twilight bleeds, where the dust hits hard and the silence feeds. Got a heartbeat slow like a drum in chains, but I keep my pace through the sunburned plains. The past rides close like a hungry wolf, but I face it down I've had pain enough. I don't fear the darkness, it knows my name, and I won't bow down to a borrowed chain. I'm walking with my shadow, side by side, through the fire in the night, where the truth don't hide. Every step I take makes the desert quake. I'm alive in the places where the lost ones break. I'm alive in the places where the lost ones break. I've seen faces fade in the heat like dust, heard promises crumble in the broken trust. But I wear my scars like a coat of steel, 'cause a man finds strength in the wounds he feels. I don't run from storms, let them chase my soul. I just walk more steady when the thunder rolls. Let the night come closer, I'm not afraid, for the darkest roads are the ones I've made. I'm walking with my shadow, side by side, through the fire in the night, where the truth don't hide. Every step I take makes a desert quake. I'm alive in the places where the lost ones break. If the wind starts whispering the sins I've kept, I'll stand tall, I paid every debt. If the world wants proof, I won't speak loud. My shadow walks with me, and that's what makes me proud. Oh, no, no. I don't chase the light, but I won't chase pain. I just keep my feet on the lone wolf lane. I ain't holy, ain't wicked, just a man who learns that the heart grows strong when the whole world burns. And if fate steps close with a heavy hand, I still walk this road like it's my last stand. I'm walking with my shadow, side by side, through the fire in the night, with nothing to hide. Every mile I cross makes the dead wind shake. I'm alive in the places where the lost ones break. And when the dawn hits the dust on the far off ridge, you'll find me walking steady on the edge. For a man's true story ain't in what he shows, but in the path he walks, and the shadow he chose. In the path he walks, in the shadow he chose. I rose from the canyon where the night runs cold, where the wind tells stories that were never told. Dust on my boots and fire in my chest, a skeleton rider who found no rest. Every step I take shakes the desert floor. I've died 100 times, but I'm back for more. Shadows try to claim me, drag me down below, but I walk through darkness like a man made of smoke. Shadows don't break me, dust only shapes me. Fire in my bones won't let the night take me. I ride through the silence, heard the cries of sinners scattered through the land. My ribs still echo like a drum of the past, but I hammer each heartbeat like it's built to last. I stare down the road where my old life lies, but a man without flesh never fears goodbye. Storms keep roaring, trying to pull my soul, but I steer that thunder like I'm in control. Shadows don't break me, dust only shapes me. Fire in my bones won't let the night take me. I'll ride through the silence, steady and straight. A dead man rising never comes too late. I wear every memory like a brand of steel, every scar a truth that the living conceal. Ghosts right beside me where the red sun bleeds, but none outrun me, I'm the one who leads. The road keeps testing every inch of my will, but a man made of ashes is the hardest to kill. Let the world keep burning, let the past ignite. I walk through embers like a king of night. Shadows don't break me, dust only shapes me. Fire in my bones won't let the night take me. I ride through the silence, fueled by faith. A dead man rising never comes too late. If the wind starts howling with the sins I paid, let it scream my story through the dust I made. If the road turns cruel, I don't turn aside. Even death steps back when I choose to ride. No flesh on my body, but I feel more alive than the ones still dreaming their borrowed lives. I face every storm with my hollow grin, because bones don't crack when the soul stays in. So light up the desert with the fire I bring. Let the ashes fly wide, let the freedom ring. Shadows don't break me, dust only shapes me. Fire in my bones won't let the night take me. I rise from the ruin, stronger than fate. The dead man rising never fades away. When the dust settles on the long lost plain, they'll whisper my name like a ghost in the flame. No grave can hold me, no night can bind. A skeleton rider always rides one more time. Yeah. If ever hell's got roads, and I paved a few. Got smoke in my lungs, rust in my veins, riding through the thunder, laughing at pain. My rear view's cracked, but I see fine. Every ghost I left still riding behind. Whiskey veins, gasoline dreams, and night cuts deep and the silence screams. Ain't no law can chase me down, I'm a king without a crown. I don't pray for mercy, I make it follow me. Ride a ride like hell till the wheels fall off, through the smoking fire, through the preacher's cross. Like hell, no fear, no shame. If death's a race, then remember my name. Wind hits hard, but I hit back. Got angels hiding down my track. Every mile's a sinner, every scar's a stepping stone. The sky don't cry, it spits and burns. The road don't stop, it twists and turns. I was born from dust, raised in flame, and I ain't never playing tame. The devil don't ride behind me, he's my shotgun man. Ride like hell through the storm and blood. Let the thunder roll, let it taste the mud. I'd Night gets quiet before it breaks. I hear my past and the sound it makes. The engine hums a holy tone. Feels like God left me alone, but I still grin like another flame. Ain't no heaven I need to claim. I'll burn this world before I fall. If I can't live, I'll take it all. You can't outrun hell if you're the one driving. We're the ride like hell till the sky turns red. Every mile I take brings back the day like hell, and break the chain if the Lord don't stop me. Where the road will remain. If hell's got roads, you'll find my name on one. I was raised on truth, on the dust and the light. A man's word is his backbone, and wrong don't make right. The world don't slow down, so you stand like a mountain when the dark comes round. Family keeps me steady, like roots in the clay. Faith keeps me honest when I'm losing my way. The world's full of voices, there are lies on the wind, but I walk by the heart, not the shadows they spin. A good man ain't perfect, he bends but don't break. He learns from his failures and knows his mistakes. So the code I live by, keep my soul in line. The code I live by is the compass in my mind. I stand in the truth, not the shadows they sell. I follow the light when the world goes to hell. I trust in the heart that the good Lord gave, and I fight for the lost, for the broken to save. Yeah, I walk my own path beneath the endless sky. There's a code I live by.
Aldı mı adam? Aldı mı?
I don't chase the trend or the fools on the screen. The hate they keep pushing ain't what life should mean. I measure a man by his truth, not the mask that he wears, by the way that he stands when the hard north winds blow. Respect's earned in silence, in the things that you do, in kindness and courage and staying true. The code I live by keeps me grounded strong. The code I live by is my right from wrong. I stand in the truth, not the shadows they sell. I follow the light when the world goes to hell. I trust in the heart that the good Lord gave, and I fight for the lost, for the broken to save. Yeah, I walk my own path beneath the endless sky. That's the code I live by. God gave me a mind, and he told me to use it. Gave me a soul, said don't you ever abuse it. Gave me a heart, said listen when it calls for love. strong. Do what is right when the whole world's wrong. The code I live by is a fire inside. The code I live by will not let me hide. Some nights the dark crawls in through the wire. Screens glow cold with the world's false fires, but I shut it all off and I breathe and I pray. 'Cause truth is my weapon and my courage is my fight. I hold to the truth when the darkness bites. My soul stands tall through the coldest nights. Yeah, the fire inside keeps my spirit alive. That's the code I live by.
Dedim o ilk önce şey yaparsa şey yakma. Duman ediyorsa yakma. He? Oğlum ne yapıyorsun? Oraya niye koyuyorsun? Koysana yere. Neye
I
kızıyorsun?
won't bow to the anger
Aksın ne olacak?
they sell every day.
Düşer yakarız
Won't
gitsin.
feed on the poison that eats good men away. I'll stand for my culture, my family, my land, with faith in my heart and the truth in my hand. You can follow the noise, I'll follow the light, 'cause truth is my weapon and my courage is my fight. I stand in the truth when the darkness cries. I follow the light with eyes unbroken. I trust in the soul that the Lord set free, and I stand in the storm 'cause He
O
walks
çöp
with
şeyi
me.
biliyorsun değil mi? O çöp.
Yeah, I walk my own path beneath the
Ne yaptın?
endless
İkinci üzerinde
sky.
ateş mi yaktın?
That's the code I live by.
Ne?
So guard your
Mustafa
heart,
var o çakmaktan da.
let your spirit shine. The world may be broken, but your truth is divine. Follow your path, let your courage rise high. Don't let the lies on the screen drag you off the road you're meant to ride.
İyi tutuyor ya. Ha? Oradan balta çıkıyor mu? Balta spreyin üstüne sıkma bak, patlatırsın.
Mm-hmm. Boots in the mud, smoking my chest. Another town, another test. The sheriff's gone, the preacher's blind. No law left but the one I find. Hands still stained from a deal gone bad. Every scar's a lesson my father had. They say God forgives, maybe he does, but he don't ride where the devil does. The night hums low, the world turns mean. I live my life somewhere between blood and bourbon, fire and rain. Every drop burns away my pain. Raise the glass to what I've done. Every sin's a bullet, every man's my blood and bourbon. I taste my past, nothing built for me was meant to last. The road is long, the cost is clear. The dead don't talk, but I still hear. A church bell rings, the echo dies. The truth gets lost when a good man lies. I buried my name in a field of rust. Faith don't feed you, it just collects dust. The smoke curls up, the barrel spins. Love runs dry, but the hunger wins. A crimson sky over whiskey ground. You either sound.
Buraya mı
The coin flips once, heads or pain. Either way it ends the same. Blood and bourbon, fire and rain. Every drop burns away my pain. Raise a glass to what I've done. Every sin's a bullet, every man's my blood and bourbon. I taste my past, nothing built for me was meant to last. The road is long, the cost is clear. The dead don't talk, but I still hear. The night don't fear the man I've become. My story's written in smoke and drum. The moon looks down and I tip my hat. Ain't no peace in a life like that. Blood and bourbon, burn it slow. Let the ashes be all I know. One more round before I go, 'cause the devil drinks what I owe. Blood and bourbon.
Çocuktan çakmak alayım.
They call me ghost, they call me sin. The kind of man who never lets the light in. Boots on cobblestone, smoke in my breath. I shake the hand of life and death. The whiskey's warm, the world is cold. My story's carved in blood and gold. A cigarette glows, the ashes fall. The night remembers, it knows it all. Every wound I wear is a vow I care. For the brothers I lost, for the secrets I wear. I'm the last gentleman, sharp and alone. A king with no kingdom, a heart turned to stone. My crown is cracked, my hands are scarred, but I still walk proud through the graveyard. I'm the last gentleman, too wild to die. Smoking my lungs, truth in my eye. Raise your glass and make it burn. I'll be gone before you learn. Streetlights on, the city sleeps, but I still guard the soul it keeps. Every deal, every lie, every flame built the ghost behind my name. I've seen love fade, I watched it drown, heard angels whisper while devils bow down. I buried my heart where the whiskey flows, among lost men and shadowed souls. If death's a dance, then I'll lead slow. One last song before I go. I'm the last gentleman, sharp and alone. A king with no kingdom, a heart turned to stone. My crown is cracked, my hands are scarred, but I still walk proud through the graveyard. I'm the last gentleman, too wild to die. Smoking my lungs, truth in my eye. Raise your glass and make it burn. I'll be gone before you learn. Don't mourn my name, don't whiskey and a broken man. The night grows quiet, the dawn grows thin, but the dark still whispers. He walked within the quiz. Before the dark forgets me, I've got a few truths left to bleed. Of a nameless town, boots soaked in mud, fade beaten down. A street lamp hummed a warning tune, flickering weak beneath the dying moon. My coat felt heavy, stitched with shame, threaded with secrets I never could name. A little smoke watched the ember breathe, a tiny sun begging the night not to leave. A train rolled by with a ghostly scream, carrying pieces of someone's broken dream. The darkness doesn't judge you, it just remembers what you hide. Before the dark forgets me, let the wind carry what I won't say. Before the night resets me, let my shadow walk its final way. A man don't leave much behind, you see, just hope the dark doesn't forget what it tried to be. Creak like an old regret, smelling of liquor and a busted mindset. A jukebox whispered the blues, it cried. Notes worn thin like a desperate lie. The bartender nodded, judgment free. He'd seen 1,000 broken men like me. He poured a drink, amber and slow, said you look like someone pain used to know. A stranger in the corner, smoke in silence, eyes full of wars, fall without violence. I raised my glass, he raised his past, to go sipping memories meant to last too. Every man pays a price, but some receipts never fade. Before the dark forgets me, let my heart beat echo in this room. Before the world resets me, let my sins breathe instead of bloom. We're all just stories drowning at sea, praying the dark remembers who we tried to be. You learn something when you stare into a whiskey glass long enough. You learn that forgiveness isn't given, it's traded.
O yüzden bu ayarlar yaptıktan sonra böyle oldu.
We just can't afford the price. Rain hit the windows like impatient hands, beating out truths nobody understands. I stepped
Kapattılar ana.
Teach a man how to feel. My reflection in the puddle looked older tonight. Eyes dimmed down, tired of the fight. He whispered, "You lost your way, but not your fire." I said, "Fire burns out, but ashes remember desire." A church bell rang, hollow and thin, trying to call lost souls back in. But some of us learn to pray with our scars instead, and hope the dark keeps our names when we're dead. Before the dark forgets me, let my shadow carve its mark. Before the night rejects me, let my story bleed into the dark. If tomorrow leaves me without memory, may the night, may the nights to forget me. Darkness
Gelin
forgives
uğraşmasın. Seni
nothing,
alırım. Çakmak alırım.
but it remembers everything.
Ben de seni alacağım direkt. Yok gideceğim şimdi. Yeni kalktım ha. Dizi izledim. İş yoktu. Birader bakıyordu dükkana. Ben de iş yaptım. Aha geliyor baksana buraya da soba yakar.
The flame kissed the tip of a trembling hand. I light
Amin.
my
İnşallah sen de bir iş
sin,
bulursun
I
da senden de
understand.
kurtuluruz da.
Each puff's a deal, each drag's a cost. Every breath reminds me what I lost. The
Ben
jukebox
çalışmazsam ben
hums,
de
the
senin
crowd is
gibi kuyruğunda
gone.
kalırım.
I sit here burning till the dawn. The smoke curls slow like a ghost that sings, and I wonder what tomorrow brings. Each drag burns down what's left of me.
Seni kötü kıramayasın çağırayım.
There's destiny. The devil's cigarette lights my pain and whispers my name again. Bars half empty, the world feels wide. Whiskey tears I cannot hide. I talk to shadows, they talk back, in voices deep and painted black. My suit smells like regret and rain. My heart beats slow like a rusted chain. I laugh too loud to mask the cracks, but the silence always calls me back. Heaven shut the door, I never tried. I found my peace where angels died. I breathe in smoke and exhale blame. This fire's mine, I own the flame. Each drag burns down what's left of me. Ash to ash, that's destiny. The devil's cigarette lights the gun. One puff, one spark, one mark. The ember fades, the night forgets, but I'm still here. With a devil's cigarette. walks through a night that tries to own him. But some of us learn to rule it.
Benim yaşından kızdı belki 3500 liralık.
Street lights shaking in the bitter cold. Whose echo slow on the cobblestone road. Shadows talking in a language I know, but I keep my head high, never moving too slow. The night is a mirror of everything I survived. I walk through the silence with fire in my stride, no fear in my chest, just a storm I call mine. And the darkness bows its head when it sees what I became, a man rebuilt from ashes with thunder in his veins. Welcome to my midnight kingdom, where the broken rise and the brave I run them. I walk through hell, but I still walk strong. Yeah, the night bends when I march alone. This is my midnight kingdom, and I reign till the break of dawn. Every scar's a banner I learned to carry. Lessons written in the war I marry. Cold wind biting, but I never sway. Got a lion heart and a wolf's old ways. People see the calm, but they don't know the war. How many nights I slept right next to the floor, but I rose like a king and I'm rising once more. I made peace with every ghost that tried to pull me down. Now they stand behind me when I walk through town. Welcome to my midnight kingdom, where the broken rise and the brave outrun on. I walk through hell, but I still walk strong. Yeah, the night bends when I march alone. This is my midnight kingdom, and I reign till the break of dawn, dawn, dawn. If darkness is a throne, then let me sit. If silence is a crown, I'll wear every bit. I learned to love the storms that tried to split my skin. They made me the king I never thought I'd be again. Welcome to my midnight kingdom, where every wound becomes part of the anthem. I walk through hell, but I still walk strong, 'cause a true king rises when the nights get long. This is my midnight kingdom, and tonight carry it on.
Şuna duman ettim o içeriyle. Çakmak alırız. Hı?
He's still out there, the man I used to be. I buried my faith in a bottle of sin, watched the sunrise and drowned it again. Every mile I rode was one more lie, left a piece of me where the vultures fly. The wind still calls through the hollow pines, I get singing back my crown. The man I was is gone for good, buried somewhere in this bloodstained wood. I ain't running from hell, I just can't find home. I'm searching for the man I left behind, somewhere down that line. Yeah, the
Efendim Mustafa. Aleykümselam.
I prayed for peace, but it never came. Just thunder whispering my name. Mirror cracks, I see his eyes. The fire's gone, but it never dies. He used to laugh, he used to care. Now he's smoking the desert air. I ride these roads with no design, haunted by that man of mine.
Tamam söyledim, aradım.
Sometimes I still
Aradım,
feel
aradım.
breathing.
Elimi.
Right
Arabayı
behind
çekin,
me.
çeksin diye. Arabayı
I'm
çalıştırma.
searching for the man I left behind.
Altın düştü, bu işin oğlum.
Under the crossing sky, new love, I just learned to lie.
Fatih.
The man I left behind still calls my name, but I keep driving through the flame. The moonlight paints where we once stood, a place I swore I'd do some good, but promises burn and so do men, and I ain't been the same since then. If I die tonight, don't say a word, just let my story stay unheard, 'cause the man I left behind, my friend, he don't need to rise again. Maybe the road ain't leading forward, maybe it's leading back. Oh, I'm searching for the man I left behind, but the road won't bend. He's out there somewhere, but I can't pretend. It's the man I left behind still rides that wind. If you see him smile, tell him I sent. He's still out there, and I still owe him one. The night was loud, the stars are fake. I stole my peace from a holy mistake. Boots on fire, blood in my grain. I never learned what mercy meant. The road keeps humming like a choir of sin, and every mile burns deep within. I met a preacher with a silver gun. He said, boy, redemption's never won. I'll tip my ghostly hat, said dreams ain't made for men like that. The wind replied, no king, no throne, just dust and whiskey and the unknown. Outlaws don't dream, they just survive. They trade their faith to stay alive. They ride through hell, they never cry. Outlaws burn instead of die. Outlaws don't dream, they just move on till the fire's gone and the night's long.